Hi everybody, welcome back to First Gen Mini Rescue. I'm Jimmy, and nope, it's not a Mini. It's a Subaru, but I gotta do the oil change on it, so I'm gonna get that done. But first and foremost, let me say Happy Hanukkah to those of you who celebrate Hanukkah. Merry Christmas for those of you who celebrate Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa for those of you who celebrate Kwanzaa, and Happy Festivus if you celebrate Festivus. I'm going to read the fortune, and then I'm going to tell you what I got going on today. And it's something very simple, but it's definitely necessary. Okay. Today's fortune says, a new business venture is on the horizon. A new business venture is on the horizon. Well, I know in the bee world, I'm a beekeeper. It'll be down there, and there'll be a link in the description for my bee channel. But I'm going to be putting a couple of beehives on a farm in a different county. So I know that's a small adventure, a small venture, I should say. Just a couple of hives we'll start with, and then if they need to expand, we'll bring more hives out. But as far as the Mini goes, who knows? I may purchase another Mini, fix it, document the fixes, and then maybe move it on, shift it, sell it, and get somebody else rescuing a Mini. But for today, put this back here. I need to do hang on. Hello? You like to talk to me about my vehicle's warranty? Okay. No, well, my Mini, I have almost 300,000 miles on my main one, and I have 315,000, hello? 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 They hung up on me. Okay, I guess they weren't interested when they heard about all the miles we got. But anyway, so today I am I'm just gonna change the oil in this Subaru. As you might have heard, we have 315,016 miles on this Subaru right here. And so it's due for a 315,000 mile oil change. The next one after that will be 320,000. So yeah, it's a simple process if I don't strip out the bolt like I did on the Mini oil change. So I'm not gonna bore you and have you watch it, but I'm just gonna do that. And then when I finish, I'm gonna come back and tell you what I had commented on somebody else's video, and we talked about these Subarus, but the same goes for the Minis. So let me knock this out while it's still time. It's weird. It's December 22nd, and it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll put Celsius down there, but yeah, it's a weird one. But as I was saying, I am the warranty. So yeah. Anyway, let me do this, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, that was quick, done, easy. Let me show you something I did just for fun. Just like my lawnmowers, I decided to write the miles down on the top of the filter. And to be a little bit fancy, I wrote it in gold Sharpie to match the champagne color of the Subaru. Yeah, too much time on my hands around the holidays. Okay. That was simple, easy. I'm gonna let the car sit here, let the oil settle, check it one more time. I took it off the ramp. I always put it on the ramp on the passenger side because the drain is on the driver's side of the oil pan. So that way I get mostly all. You don't have to do that, but one, it gives me more room underneath. Two, all the oil goes down to the one side. I can get most of the oil out. Same with the lawnmowers. When you tilt them up, or the Mini, I put it on the front wheels on two ramps because the oil drain is in the back. So that slopes backwards, all the oil comes out. I was on a forum with the Subaru forum. They were talking about high mileage. How did I get 315,000 miles? And I said I change the oil every 5,000 miles. as I do on the Minis. They asked about CVT fluid. I've only changed the CVT fluid in here 3 times. So on average, every 100,000 miles. The last one was a little bit early because I did the valve body. I changed the solenoids in the valve body. So at that time, I changed it. So that was like 280,000, somewhere in there. But on the Minis, gear oil, the high mileage Mini, the one that's almost 300,000 miles, I probably changed the gear oil and the transmission. I did it twice, and I know the dealership did it when they changed the clutch. So, yeah. So it's almost, every 100,000 miles on that as well. Supercharger service, I do it when I feel every 2 years or less, depends on the miles. I have so many to choose from that, I'm not using one constantly. So, it's not as much changing it. Might be every 50, 75,000 miles. It just depends. And when you're doing that, you might as well flush the radiators on the Minis as well, because, you're putting it in front end service mode anyway. So, and if you're doing supercharger service, you're taking all that out. You do the water at the same time. As far as brake fluid, I probably changed or ran a quart of brake fluid through, I call it flushing the system. I don't know if it's an exchange or flush, whatever you want to call it, but I'll use an entire quart, and I'll do a quarter each wheel. I'll bleed out a quarter of a quart for the rear, each rear, and then the same for the front. And that way I feel I've gotten a whole complete exchange of brake fluid. I do the same in the Mini. Whenever I'm doing brakes, I completely drain the system as much as possible and reflush and refill the system. So yeah, it's maintenance is the key to keeping anything alive. The differentials in here, I think I've only changed them every 100,000 miles, the fluid in the differentials. Subaru, I don't know what they suggest. I don't know. I don't know what they suggest, but I know what I do. And the testament is so far, knock on wood. Here, we'll go back here and knock on some wood. The car has been doing well. Let me put this down here. The car has been doing well for, like I said, 315,000 miles. So that's it. I'm going to get out of here. Again, Merry Christmas to everybody. And come back and see us again. I'll be doing something else with the Minis, something else with the Subarus, something else with the lawnmowers. And come spring, we'll be doing some boat projects too. So until then, thank y'all for watching. Enjoy time with your family, friends, your loved ones, people you find you need to be close to them. And then check on somebody that you may have not checked on in a while. I talked to an old high school classmate of mine that I hadn't talked to in probably 4 or 5 months. So I called them up the other day just to check on them. So check on some friends and long lost. They'll be so happy to hear from you. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta do some last minute shopping. So I'll talk to y'all later, and have fun with your Minis and your Subarus, even when you gotta do oil changes before your sister flies in tonight. All right, bye y'all.